morning at the breakfast table, 8-year-old Fern sees her father leave the house with an axe. She asks her mother where he's going. "Where's Papa going with that axe?" "Out to the hog house. Some pigs were born last night." "Well, I don't see why he needs an axe." "Well, one of the pigs is a runt. It's very small and weak. It will never grow up, so your father has decided to do away with it." "Do away with it? You mean kill it? Just because it's smaller than the others?" "Don't shout, Fern," Mrs. Arable said. "Your father is right. The pig would die anyway." Fern chases her father down and persuades him to spare the runt, telling him that it is unjust to kill a piglet just because it's small. "Please don't kill it. It's unfair." "Fern, you have to learn to control yourself." "Control myself? This is a matter of life and death, and you say I should control myself?" "Fern, I know a lot more about pigs than you do. A weakling makes trouble. Now run along." "But it's unfair. The pig couldn't help being born small, could it? If I had been born very small, would you have killed me?" "Certainly not. But this is different. A little girl is one thing. A little runty pig is another." "I see no difference," said Fern. "This is the most terrible case of injustice I have ever heard of." "All right. I'll let you feed it with a bottle, like a baby. Then you'll see what trouble a pig can be." Fern names the piglet Wilbur and looks after him like a baby, pushing him in her pram alongside her doll and feeding him with a bottle. At 5 weeks old, Mr. Arable insists that Wilbur is sold, and he goes to live in the Zuckerman barn down the road. Whoosh! Wilbur initially struggles at the barn because he misses Fern so much, but soon he becomes acquainted with new friends, the best of whom is a lady gray spider called Charlotte. "Salutations!" "Sally what?" "Salutations!" "What are they? And where are you?" said Wilbur. "Please tell me where you are, and what are salutations?" "Salutations are greetings," Charlotte said. "When I say salutations, it's just my fancy way of saying hello or good morning." "And where am I? That's easy. I'm up here. Look, I'm waving. Can you see me now?" "Oh, yes, indeed," Wilbur said. "How are you? Good morning. Salutations. Very pleased to meet you. What is your name, please? May I have your name?" "My name is Charlotte." "Charlotte what?" Wilbur asked. "Charlotte A. Kavatica. But just call me Charlotte. I'm a gray spider." "I think you are beautiful." Wilbur is completely happy during the summer days. Fern comes to visit, and his new friends tell him exciting stories and has the patience to try and coach him about how to spin a web, although Charlotte knows fine and well he will never be able to. But one day, he gets some terrible news from Sheep that puts an end to his carefree attitude. "It seems to me you're putting on weight," said Sheep. "Yes, I guess I am," said Wilbur. "At my age, it's a good idea to keep gaining." I don't envy you," said Sheep. "You know why they're fattening you up, don't you?" "No, why?" Wilbur asked. "Well, I don't like to spread bad news, but they're fattening you up because they're going to kill you." "They're gonna what?" Wilbur exclaimed. "Kill you," said Sheep. "Turn you into smoked bacon and ham. Almost all young pigs get murdered by the farmer as soon as the bad weather sets in. There's a conspiracy around here to kill you at Christmas time. Everybody's in on the plot. Lurby the farmhand, Mr. Zuckerman, Mr. Arable." "Fern's father?" Wilbur asked. "Certainly," Sheep exclaimed. "When a pig is to be butchered, everybody helps. I'm an old sheep, and I see the same thing year after year." Arable arrives with his rifle, shoots the... "Stop!" Wilbur exclaimed. "I don't want to die. Save me, somebody, save me." "Be quiet, Wilbur," Charlotte said. "I can't be quiet. I don't want to be killed. I don't want to die. Is it true, Charlotte, what the old sheep says? Do they really plan to kill me?" "Well, the old sheep has been on this farm for a long time. He has seen many a spring pig come and go. If he says they plan to kill you, I'm sure it's true. It's also the dirtiest trick I ever heard of." "I don't want to die. I want to stay here in the beautiful sun in my beautiful manure pile and breathe in the beautiful air. You're certainly making a beautiful noise, Sheep said. I don't want to die. You shall not die, Charlotte said. Really? Who's going to save me? I am. How? Wilbur asked. I don't know yet, but I'll think of something. One morning, as Lurvy pours Wilbur's slops, he notices Charlotte's twinkling web in the morning fog. The words, "some pig," have been weaved into the web. Lurvy is gobsmacked and utters a prayer. He quickly runs and tells Mr. Zuckerman, who is equally amazed, and soon the news spreads near and far of Zuckerman's amazing pig, buying Zuckerman's fame and Wilbur's safety. Worried that people may be getting bored of some pig, Charlotte asks Templeton the rat to aid her in finding more words to write in her web. The sheep say to Charlotte, "If Wilbur's life is to be saved, you need help finding words." I think she can get help from our friend the rat. Templeton visits the dump and gets old magazines. Then Charlotte can copy the words. Good idea, Charlotte said, but I don't think we can count on Templeton's help. We'll get him to help. Watch, said the sheep. Here he comes now. What's up? Templeton says. We're holding a meeting, the sheep said. Well, break it up. Meetings bore me. Templeton, Charlotte needs new words for her web, said the sheep. So next time you go to the dump, bring back some old magazine clippings. They could help her save Wilbur's life. Let him die, Templeton said. I shouldn't worry. You'll worry all right when next winter comes, said the sheep. You'll worry all right on a freezing morning. Next January when Wilbur is dead, and nobody comes down here with a nice pail of warm slops. Wilbur's leftover food is your source of supply, Templeton. You know that. Wilbur's food is your food. If Wilbur is killed and his trough stands empty day after day, you'll grow so thin we can look right through your stomach and see objects on the other side. All right, Templeton said. I'll bring back a word, if I find one. With the news of Zuckerman's famous pig spreading, the Zuckermans and Arables decide to take Wilbur to the county fair. Charlotte agrees to go too, although she's feeling tired and soon has to build a sack of eggs. At the fair, Charlotte is disappointed to see that beside Wilbur's pen is a much larger spring pig called Uncle. Knowing he's fierce competition, Charlotte decides to spin another web and calls Templeton to find another word. I hope you brought a good one. It's the last word I shall ever write. Here, Templeton says. What does it say? You'll have to read it for me. It says humble, Templeton says. Humble? Humble has two meanings. It means not proud, and it means low to the ground. That's Wilbur all over. He's not proud, and he is near to the ground. Well, I hope you're satisfied, Templeton said. I'm not going to spend all my time fetching and carrying. I came to this fair to enjoy myself, not to deliver papers. You've been very helpful. Run along if you want to see more of the fair. I'm going to make a night of it, Templeton said. The old sheep was right. This fair is a rat's paradise. What eating and what drinking! Everyone is good hiding and good hunting. Bye-bye, my humble Wilbur. Fare thee well, Charlotte, you old schemer. This will be a night to remember in a rat's life. Before nightfall, Charlotte weaves her web with the new word humble written into it, and throughout the night she makes her egg sack. In the morning, the Zuckermans and the Arables see the web, but they also notice that Uncle has a blue tag on his pen. He's already won first prize. Suddenly, over the loudspeaker, a voice is heard asking Zuckerman to bring his famous pig to the judge's booth for a special award. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the fair, I am awarding a special prize to Mr. Zuckerman in our appreciation of this pig, this radiant, this terrific, this humble pig. After the press photos and the commotion, Wilbur is returned to his pen. Wilbur notices that Charlotte is quiet and looks unwell. Charlotte, do you feel all right? Wilbur asks. A little tired, perhaps. I feel peaceful. Your success in the ring today was my success too. Your future is assured. You will live secure and safe, Wilbur. Nothing can harm you now. You mean a great deal to Mr. Zuckerman, and he will not harm you ever. Charlotte, why did you do this for me? Wilbur asked. You're my friend, Wilbur. That in itself is a tremendous thing. We're going home today. Aren't you anxious? I will not be going back to the barn, Charlotte said. What? Wilbur said. I'm done for. In a day or two I'll be dead, said Charlotte. I haven't strength enough to climb into the crate. I doubt there's enough silk in my spinnerets to lower me to the ground. Panicked and distraught, Wilbur races around the pen, begging Charlotte to come home with him, but she hasn't enough energy to move. Suddenly, Wilbur has an idea. Where's Templeton? Wilbur asks. He's in that corner under the straw, asleep, said Charlotte. Templeton, wake up! Pay attention, Wilbur said. Templeton enters. What kind of monkey shine is this? Can't a rat catch a wink of sleep without being rudely popped out of bed? Listen, Wilbur said. Charlotte is very ill. She only has a short amount of time to live. She cannot go home with us, so it is absolutely necessary that I take her egg sac with me. You're the only one who can get it. Please, Templeton. So it's old Templeton to the rescue again, is it? Please, Templeton, hurry, says Wilbur. Why should I? Templeton asked. Templeton, if you get the egg sac for me, I'll make you a promise. From now on, when Lurvy gives me my slaps, I'll let you eat first. I'll wait until you are all finished before I touch a bite in the trough. You mean it? Templeton said. I promise. Cross my heart. All right. It's a deal. As Wilbur carries the sack in his mouth and is led into the crate by Mr. Zuckerman, he winks at Charlotte, and she musters all the energy she can to wave goodbye to her friend for the very last time. Whoosh! Back at the Zuckermans, Wilbur waits patiently for the birth of Charlotte's children and often looks longingly at her empty, broken web. When her children are finally born, Wilbur is distraught to see them let loose clouds of fine silk that carries them far away on the breeze. Soon the sky was filled with baby spiders, floating away on the wind. Wilbur sank to the ground, crying, his heart broken once more. Then suddenly he heard a voice. Salutations! Here I am. So am I. And so am I. The three of us are staying. We like this place and we like you. Really? Wilbur said. You're staying here at the barn with me? Am I really going to have 3 friends? Yes, indeed. 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 Welcome to the barn cellar, Wilbur says. I'm so happy you're here. Your mother was my very best friend. She saved my life, you know. To you, her daughters, I pledge my friendship forever. I pledge mine. I do too. And so do I. It was a happy day for Wilbur. He and his new friends played together day after day, and Wilbur told them all the stories about their mother. The end.